Hi, I'm Andy Blackwell and I'm one of the co-founders of Seventh Rise. Seventh Rise is an outdoor residential adventure space on the mighty River Fowl, which I'm looking at through the window of the treehouse as we speak.
I think this is why we're in the woods normally, because we're avoiding kind of being on TV. I think the more time you spend in the outdoors, the more you connect to it and the more appreciation you have, especially if you see it in every element. You know, you get totally whipped by the wind and you get covered in rain and then you get covered in whatever mud, water, and then the sun comes out and it's like absolute appreciation. We have a team of instructors that do foraging, canoeing, wild crafts like green woodworking and ink making, and archery, fire starting, food, all sorts.
My role at Seventh Rise has kind of evolved over time. I had quite an active art practice when Seventh Rise was being set up in around 2011. I was very interested in creating paths and sculpture in the outdoors.
We're very low impact in general, just by the sort of nature of our courses. They're all very hands orientated, you know, hand tools, equipment that doesn't use any fossil fuel. We're using as much as we can from the resources of our woodland, and the food that we get is local. You know, we forage a lot, we use local wild meat. It's the core of this place.
We generate a lot of volunteering opportunities here, give people an opportunity to spend more time here, to actually invest their energy into a place like this, enjoy their quiet time, their solitude, spend time in the woods on their own, all of those sorts of things.
And all are welcome.
We're surrounded by 25 acres of woods, and we've got one of the greatest rivers in the world actually on our doorstep. You almost get a sense of place as a very much a living, breathing kind of entity, almost with a soul, with a personality.
I think a lot of people feel like it's a reset and they can, you know, they've had time to reconnect with themselves and in the natural world, and they can see things clearer. And that's so wonderful to know, that when we hear people who have had, you know, traumatic things happen, or, you know, whatever the level of sort of shift in their life, and then they've come here and it's just reset them on a positive path. And yeah, there's nothing more you can really hope for.
I do a lot of work here as well, lots of digging and making and building, and just a beautiful sense of satisfaction. And I think just sharing that sense of satisfaction with people. And I guess on that level have noticed just how beautiful those things are to do. It's demonstrably evident that when you're in a place like this, it's just beautiful and good for you and to be celebrated. I think it's their connection to each other. I mean, you know, we get a lot of friendship groups coming here, very eager for connection with each other, and that exposure then to each other does foster, I think, really, really deep connections. You see friendship groups really kind of falling in love with themselves. That's the most beautiful thing, I think. You know, that for me, that is what nature does. It holds you in the most profound and simple way.
I think the best compliments that we get are the fact it's got such a soul, and the magic that people feel. And there's something that's so hard to know how to recreate that anywhere. If you see it all, you really, really appreciate those wonderful moments.
This is such a magical space. You know, it's just trees and the river and the birds, leaves, mud, brambles, blackberries, boats going by, the wind.